Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Noctastrum and this is Disco Elysium. So, last time we heard the stories of a little storyteller.
Tequila sunset.
And I might be able to even find the cocaine skull, if I'm lucky. Maybe. Hopefully. So let's see, what else can I find? Ooh, there's something there now. This door is closed for today. Time to put the kids to sleep. Makes sense. A little black swallow circles above you. You hear it chirp. What is this, Ghost of Tsushima? Okay. Oh, what is this? The water runs from the west. The source is upstream. Broken pipe? Could be. Definitely could be. Rust-eaten letters read Mesout. The rear tire of motor carriage adorns these seats. Seeds reads. I think I saw something. It might have been just came passing through. Quick travel unlocked church. A kick drum pulls. The music is coming from somewhere on the ice. Looking back at you from the rust-colored water, you.
Wait. Take a longer look at yourself and how you're reflected in that slick chemical rainbow. What do you see?
Myself?
Metaphor. It's always metaphor.
Just me, I guess.
No. For a second, think about something other than yourself. Think about the blood of industry here before you. The runoff from Coal City, further down the coast.
Oh.
The engines of fortune once roared here. Great wealth poured into Revachol, the Delta, as did smoke, waste, sickness, life.
And what happened?
The engines stopped. The West Revacholian industrial base was dismantled after the war. Now, extinguished coke furnaces dot the landscape, a landscape despoiled by industry.
West Revolution Industrial Base, that's all me. There's a serious dereliction of duty in this cleanup.
Perhaps you could dedicate your life to cleaning it up, but you're a cop. You must concern yourself with different messes. Even so, it's pretty to think.
Okay. This had no point, I believe. But I don't mind that. Sometimes you just need to stop and adore pointless things. A school of fish huddle around the fence post, then scatter into the dark. Before you a drawbridge, it can only be lowered from the other side. Ooh. I wanna get to the other side. Aha, did it. It must have taken a lot of patience to do this. Yeah. Painted with pastels, someone is trying to bring cheer into the world. Trash from some unending party. A pole screwed into the ice keeps the tent erect. More tribalistic markings. This post is covered in little humanoids.
A pane of Eternite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles are holding it up. Barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind might be enough.
What is this?
It looks like a makeshift bridge. Could be convenient.
Let's push it.
The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
We should ask that girl on the ice what's going on here.
The lieutenant gestures towards the young woman next to the tent. Yeah, I agree. This is someone's home away from home, just like yours.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
Let's go in.
Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
Gestures for you to squeeze in. Okay, let's see. A pile of nasal sprays, brand name Nosafed Ultra. Canisters filled with what appears to be water. The label says distilled. A speaker, the big kind they use for live music.
A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Walshi tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says, as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secrets.
Hardcore!
Is it?
It's hardcore!
You're just gonna keep saying it's hardcore, aren't you?
Skibber-dee, skibber-danger. I am the rearranger.
Could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths, you think?
Nah.
The young man with the tape recorder acknowledges your return. When he looks at you, he squints as though you were the setting sun.
This is hardcore. Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent.
I was wondering if you knew who killed the mercenary hanging behind the Whirling Race hostel.
Good morning, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeko Kata, the place to be.
Why is this Yakokata the place to be? What does that mean?
Yeko Kata is a hardcore place.
Yekokata is an abbreviation from the Gradian term, Zone of Ecological Catastrophe, an agricultural megaproject in the extreme southeast of the Gradian Isola. It involved cutting-edge approaches to irrigation and a completely new type of fertilizer. An intricate system of irrigation networks pockmarking the earth, intermittent seas of phosphorus mud, ripped tarpaulin fluttering in the wind. A pair of molten rubber boots also comes to mind. All in all, a truly hardcore place.
Okay, he's useless.
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
There is definitely something futuristic about his hair, aggressively so. You get the sense that this is what the future will look like. Imbecilic, yes, should the future ever come, it will look deeply imbecilic, like this guy.
Oh, let's shake.
His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
This is my posse, Noid.
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
An egghead. Egg!
He has. The tape player high above his head continues to blast strange music.
Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
Wait, how many of those you organized?
We have many in the pipeline, officer.
That means they haven't set up a single one yet.
Why are you here?
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
Okay. There's no need, the place is pretty bad.
Which brings me to the problem of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the church. And I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dopeheads. Burnouts.
He angrily spits on a screw, then starts cleaning it.
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that, in Reversholt.
Strike that! The word! And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts hold up in there are the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are. Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
What kind?
The spooky kind.
What do you mean?
I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge.
Okay.
Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse.
People just want to spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
I will look into it.
All right, man.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
What's the status of the church? I wasn't inside yet.
I asked Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. A padlock. It's a temporary fix. Just something to contain the situation.
I had to do it in a hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
What about the key?
Of course. Noid, give the officer the key.
All right.
Medium with the cool cop, catch the key as it flies towards you. Let's try.
You sense the trajectory of the little piece of metal and plastic. The object makes a small ringing sound as it approaches. Just the tiniest chime to your left. Ka-ching! The key hits your palm. The speed freaks nod to you approvingly.
Thanks, man.
The speed freak nods to you. A respectful nod. You proved something here.
How long have those people been locked up in there?
Not long. Like a week, maybe?
How can you be so sure they haven't starved to death?
I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
Somewhere in the ruinous past that led you here, there was something called exams. You may have learned the term involuntary manslaughter there.
Andre, do you know what involuntary manslaughter means?
Yes, I do. I listen to Channel 8 all the time. I know about crime stuff, and I assure you, officer, this is not what's happening here. I'm at least 80% sure they're alive. I mean, come on. Most people aren't ever that alive in their entire lives.
Every single time he talks about it, the percentages get lower and lower. What does that even mean?
I don't know. What does anything mean, really?
Oh, yeah.
He looks at his friend with an expression of profound understanding. Sounds like nonsense.
You're right. It is nonsense. Total garbage. I knew you'd see through it. You're one smart cop.
I get by. Now where was I with that padlock?
He nods attentively, ready to answer the questions of one smart cop.
Right, other question.
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it.
Who exactly are these people inside the church?
Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses.
You haven't even seen them and you want the police involved.
Well, there's also the machinery.
This machinery is of the deeply mystical variety.
Oh.
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it.
Andre, tell him about the feeling.
Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
No, the other one.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
For this man, even regular silence is awful enough. But that was something greater.
But you haven't physically seen anyone.
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple
Ruby?
of times. And we felt someone or something eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
Okay, what was that thing about something watching you?
Like you aren't alone, you know?
It wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean.
I'm unsure in what you mean.
Not human. As in a ghost? Do you know what he means?
It was this dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling, like some kind of crab man.
A crab band?
Yeah, you know, the way it was climbing up and around the ceiling, like a crab.
It was stalking a cell, exhibiting ambush behaviour.
Odd. Crabs are usually marine creatures and not known for climbing walls.
Ambush behavior, alright, crabman.
Crab man!
Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't personally see it. Estelle was alone that time, but I believe her. If she comes out running and says there's a crab in there, there's a crab in there.
You should ask her about it, but be nice. Don't tell her you don't believe in the crab.
The implications of this are too numerous to consider. Proceed with caution. Learn all you can before entering that dark building.
Come on, Noid, you don't need to fear. I would never not believe in the crab. Can you tell me more about this machinery?
You should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably, very likely.
So how can you be sure they are burnouts and dope heads if you haven't even seen them?
Well, honestly, I can't. But I am.
This is a below feeble attempt at avoidance. Basically, he is attempting to weaponize idiocy.
Wow, you can't, but you do. I should add weaponized idiocy to my own repertoire.
Hey now, I'm 70% sure they're substance abusers. Don't let all that technology fool you. Where do you think the drugs come from?
He makes little quotation marks with his fingers when he says technology. Okay. Or that has to call something
Sure.
else.
What?
What's the deal with Egghead? I want to talk to him.
He's a quiet man, mostly communicates through music, and by being a master of ceremonies.
What does that mean?
You know, a host, a declaimer of slogans. He's a performer, gets the people going.
Interesting, sire. A bit like you then. An MC for short.
How do you communicate with him?
Well, he's just kind of here. I don't really know how to communicate with him.
Have you ever really talked to him?
Yeah, sometimes. When I stumble and find my way into his centre, you have to hear a lot of hardcore to the mega first though.
The man smiles mysteriously, choosing to let the beat speak for itself. I get it. He's a puzzle.
Okay. You mentioned some kind of ecclesiastics on the church. Who are these?
Oh yeah, that's a meteor and name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
If you don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery.
Now humor me, Andre. What is the founding party?
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know. I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organisation.
And?
And they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericanassian Church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. They, made the innocentic system, no?
Now, Andre, in your opinion, would this ancient religious organization who anoints the innocents want a dance club in one of their churches? They sound like exactly the kind of people who would want loud dance music in their church.
You're right, they do.
He says without the slightest hint of irony.
The Pericanassian Church is about love, and Nordic music is about love. I got love for my Pericanassian posse. Love is the relay out of death. We dance!
He violently shakes the tape player as if to see if he can break it.
Love is hardcore!
Unity!
Unity!
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse!
He turns the volume up, then looks at you with a knowing nod, as if it's obvious he will now break into dance.
You feel it. The anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the base, as if testing the waters.
I don't quite understand what you are talking about. What's a posse? I guess love can be pretty hardcore. You're right, how could the founding party be anything but enthusiastic? Dance music is about love and so is the Pericanassian Church. On second thought, no, this is too much, no, say no, blah blah. Let's just start nodding.
Feels good.
I don't quite understand what you're talking about. What's a posse?
Your posse's like your people, man! Like you got your cup posse, you look out for each other and you party together. That's a posse!
I mean, I have Kim then.
And where is your posse, detective? Nothing comes to you. The world is silent.
It sounds like you are just saying random things. Love, posse, make noise.
Are we?
He looks at you mysteriously.
Yeah!
The one with the large head really enjoys it when his friend gets mysterious. I guess love can be pretty hardcore.
Oh yeah, it can.
He's coming around. You're getting it.
Okay. You're right. This church definitely wants a disco in there.
Yeah! Yakokata, the place to be.
He seems ecstatic that you share his vision of Pericarnassianism.
Do it for the masses. Do it for the crew.
His friend forms a fist with a screwdriver still in his hand, approvingly so.
I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise. Anyway, you got more questions?
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head, waiting for your body to start moving.
I wanted to ask you about this tent full of equipment.
Yes. What?
I see you brought your own water.
Yeah. Good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even is running water.
And is this here too?
Oh,
He doesn't know what to say.
it's the one they sell at the fuel station.
It's like he's lying to you, my liege. But he's slippery enough that there's nothing for you to grab hold of.
What's with all the Nosafed?
The what now?
He leans into you better. Point at the bottles of nasal spray in the corner. The Nosafed Ultra. You have a lot of it lying around.
Oh, the old Ultra.
He's like an actor, looking to the souffleur for his line.
I have a major sinus infection, stuffy nose. We all do. Shit's all blasted up. Winter, can't even breathe.
You sound fine to me.
Yes, that's all Nosafed's doing. Without the Noser, I'd be drowning in shit right now.
Nosafed is the shit.
Can I have some? I have some nose problems too.
Sure. Here you go, officer. The Noser. Blast away.
Okay. Alright, enough of
He
this.
nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
Okay, let's see. Please.
Well,
Fuck.
first of all, you're a smart cop, and a smart cop like you would understand if something wasn't quite right. So this should be easy.
What's the gist of it?
The gist of it is, they want to turn the church into a club, but a suspicious element has overtaken the building. It's very important to understand what the gist of things is. Always consult the gist before making up your mind. This is going well. Plus, and it has to be considered, you can't invent the future of dance music in this smelly old tent. Imagine if you had the church. That settles it. Analysis complete. Their story checks out.
That's it for
As
now?
always, we'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah.
Alright. Wait patiently then. Oh wait, I wanted to talk to Noid as well.
So you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Noid. Good.
Skin shows through the holes in the Speed Freak's too large sweater. In front of him an open toolbox full of carpentry tools and parts.
It's good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your sign. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading.
He runs his hands through his hair, which is combed back in mock seriousness. Continues to fiddle with some gears. Sign.
Yeah, gotta compare. See if we can align.
Interesting.
I suck at socialising, man. Even now, our sign synchronisation is way off. But I'll see what I can do.
Continues to rearrange his tools. Alright. At least you're trying. Tell me about the machines you saw in the church.
Weird stuff. Specialised. There was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery. Wires going into water. Gives off a spy sign. Or some fucked-up Samaran science sign. You know, the kind that goes head first into the supernatural.
The People's Republic of Samara is a product of Revachol's sister revolution on the Grand Isola. It's known as a severely degenerated rogue state.
What's wrong with the supernatural?
Nothing's wrong with it. You should definitely be researched. You can still do sick shit with it though.
The
Okay.
sickest. That's perhaps why it should be researched.
Okay, interesting. Don't be too hard on Samara, they're all known in the world. Half of what we know of them is just propaganda.
I know, man. I was just talking about the aesthetic.
The supernatural, so you think it's real, that it actually exists.
Most of it doesn't exist, but there's also stuff that isn't allowed to exist, because the moralists think it's too dangerous for the plebs. Psionic powers, pale-related diseases, pretenders pretending to be human, folk rights, that kind of stuff.
Why are you called Noid?
The hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment.
He picks up some sort of a widget.
It's not easy to reach a harmonic resonance of signs without some adjustment.
Does this mean we need sign matching?
Yes, further sign matching would do good for us. One way to achieve this would be by getting us into the church.
Okay, maybe I will come back later.
Back
See, I
the
can't.
heavyweight jam.
Says the young man with the tape player and the large boy-day-roll boots. Long-shaped tree with spout on his silver belt buckle.
Hardcore! Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega!
Alright.
Here comes the night!
Fuck.
We're close. True. Hardcore! Hardcore to internally coherent.
Still say nothing.
All car! All right! Yeah!
Please tell me what exactly are you doing?
Gotta get the people going.
Why?
I'm the party boy. It's my job.
I think I'm also a party boy.
Two on a track. Watch your back. Watch out for the heart attack.
Okay.
We're close. True. Hardcore. Internally coherent.
All car! All right!
Gotta get the people. I'm the party boy.
What
It's
is a
my
party
job.
boy?
Hardcore party 25/7 beyond the winter's orbit style.
There is a place far away in Cutler, beyond a certain latitude, known as Winter's Orbit, where there are 25 hours in a day. It is a tremendously cold place, abandoned to drunks and failed rock stars, full of eternite, depression, and half-finished ski-flying hills. The Suru live there.
Okay.
We're close. True. Hardcore. Internally.
All car!
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
Hardcore! Ah!
He lets out an organized roar over the feverish, obviously not too hardcore beat below. So hardcore!
Is it though?
He stops dead in his tracks, tilting his head to the side. It is!
But is it? I mean, really?
He tilts his head to the other side like an owl.
Feels like you should reply with the very pinnacle of idiocy here, so that things get totally transcendent. But you haven't gotten there yet, so you don't know what to say.
I was thinking that too.
I am the mic enforcer. I am the chicks checker. Yeah! Hi again. So, how are things going?
As always,
Okay, let's talk with the woman outside. These people were interesting.
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh, hello there.
She must be Estelle, the last of the speed freaks posse. It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing. Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party.
You must be Asil.
That's my name. I take it you have met the others. Did they tell you about the church and the club thing?
They did.
Will you help us?
I will help you alright.
Great. Let us know if there's any progress, will ya? We've
Dear
been waiting for weeks here.
Dear child, it's freezing. Where's your hat?
Huh?
I said you should have a hat on.
So should you.
Come to think of it, I should. Where would I get one around here?
I don't know, some kind of a store? Maybe
People
a general
think-
store? Look, man, fuck the hat.
Green authority.
Lots of
Fuck.
feeling. Feel it up. Way up.
Oh no. Oh my god, fuck the hat. Is that what you just said to me? I can't believe you told me to fuck the hat.
You're saying it really loud, but it's not coming out right. Maybe add more indignation.
So I should just get a hat and fuck it, right? Point at your head, where the head should be. Engage in sexual intercourse with the head right here in front of you because it told me so. On the sea ice.
More.
Right here on the sea ice.
More.
puff your cheeks as if you can't even breathe from the sheer indignity of the affront. Give you a little ice cope head fuck show.
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
The girl is visibly shaken.
The lieutenant is watching the scene unfold before his eyes, unsure how to react.
Is that how you see me?
The girl looks down, slowly curling into a ball. That's it. You've earned it. Start crying. Life's hard.
Anyway, I can't believe you used obscenities like that in front of the police officer, and you should... Let's just start crying.
The young woman has kept her eyes trained on her wires, waiting for the sorry spectacle to end. But it's gone awful quiet up there. Then, the sound of sobbing. Looking up, she sees a grown man on the wrong side of 40, his face bloated from alcohol, and God knows what else. Not so quietly, crying.
This isn't really about the hat, is it?
Wipe away the tears. Anyway, I can't believe you would use obscenities. No.
You know, you're not the only one with issues. I self-medicate. Shit. Life's a horror, you know? Crying helps, though. Get it out your system. And then maybe we can talk, okay? I'll be here. So, like, seriously, what's eating you, man?
There is a hint of pity in her eyes.
This might be useful.
Her hair is dyed blonde, with dark roots showing, and she wears thick black eyeliner. Most men wouldn't call her pretty. There is a manliness to her, a coarseness.
Yeah, can we talk for a minute?
I was wondering when you would come around. What's up?
I guess there is something that's been making my life hell.
What is it?
I think it's the plight of the working class. Everyone's just mooching off the entrepreneurial class, shutting the doors. I think it's all these foreign people taking our jobs. People just keep putting their selfish interests ahead of the greater good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no one understands that sometimes you got to make sacrifices for the sake of progress. It's all very distressing.
So, the thing that's got you crying in front of strangers is the slow pace of social progress.
Don't get me wrong, I'm all for slow and steady progress. I just wish people would be a little more reasonable is all. No, that's probably not it. Nah, probably not it.
No, it sounds like you just got chick issues.
Now that you mention it, I found these letters I was thrown in the trash. They might have something to do with it.
Okay. Why'd you think that?
First they had just the faintest scent of chewing gum on them. I could still smell it under the shit. They have written a woman hand, and oh boy did reading them to make me not feel good. To have with these questions I had them and you have answers. Okay, so there was this chewing gum.
Wow, man. That's pretty symbolic. Don't you think?
Yeah, I guess. No, why?
Used to be sweet. Now it's shit. Seems pretty symbolic to me. Anyway, what else?
They were written in a woman's hand, and oh boy did reading them make me not feel good.
There you have it then. Chick trouble. Not political after all. Who was she?
Don't remember.
Really? You seem to be pretty upset about this chica. Are you sure you don't remember anything about her?
Remember her scent, that's all.
Wow, man. That's some pretty strange shit. Are you sure the letters were for you?
Come to think of it, the whore could have written them to her lover. Yeah, I'm sure. Why would I have reacted so strongly otherwise?
How come you don't remember, though? Is it like some selective memory thing?
I think it's more about me getting so unbelievably drunk, I completely erase all memory of this word.
Yeah, or it might be that. This one time I did so much booze that I forgot too.
It's obvious she's done more than booze.
Or it might just be some psych bullshit, you know? Königstein wank.
What is that?
You know, the psych thing they've got going on there. Rich people like it. People in Königstein are mostly rich.
Thanks for the bullshit psych thing then?
You're welcome. Might be for the best to keep that shit forgotten though. Just my opinion. If it itches, don't scratch.
She has a point. The others told me you went inside the church. What did you see in there?
Oh, that. You're not going to believe me. There's no point in me telling you.
She's less prone to blurt it out, crab man, than the others.
We'll see. Go ahead and tell me.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe. She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother, you know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still.
Go on.
And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall. Upside down like a crab, down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent. He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. End of story.
Like a crab, you say?
His face is stoned. What did this crab man look like?
It was too dark. I couldn't tell exactly.
Come on. She obviously could. She already went into detail.
Come on, crystalling on me. What did he look like?
He looked like a banger, okay? He was all muscular and stuff. Had a mesh tank top. I know it sounds ridiculous, but that only made it scarier in a way.
I think we found our shooter.
A crab and a banger?
De Lufthansa raises an eyebrow.
Yes, a banger. As in a mess gang member. I know what it sounds like, but that's what I saw.
You were wrong, I do believe you.
Why?
What would you stand to gain?
Nothing. Anyway, what else?
I'd like to know more about your associates.
My associates? I haven't got much to say about them.
What do you mean? You must know something about them.
Of course I do. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on. I don't provide information on them.
Makes sense.
To the cops.
What about you? Tell me something about yourself.
Me? I'm a silver bird.
What does that even mean? Okay, maybe I'll ask later about this.
Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but...
What's that device you have there?
This is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still.
And the wires?
Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone.
And what's that?
A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
Oh.
Your mangled brain would like you to know there is a boxer called Contact Mike.
Yeah, any news on my wife's name? How about my mother?
No, you're welcome.
Does this have anything to do with Contact Mike?
Yeah, I record stuff with it.
No, I mean the boxer, Contact Mike.
No. This is a contact microphone. It's for recording inside solid objects. Contact mic just beats people up.
How does that thing work?
The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound, if you like technobabble.
Where did you get the mic from?
Same place I got the recorder from, the Elysium.
What's that?
Oh man, you haven't been to the Elysium? It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole. It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck.
Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though.
Who is this Arno guy?
Oh yeah, guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck. Or really be a Elysium going kind of person.
I get down.
I don't know what that means.
I grind.
I don't know what that means either.
It means I'm hippie on my ears, nor do I, but I have concrete evidence that I rock, in the form of a bright tape player and a completely trashed hostel room.
That's cool.
She breathes on her fingers, looks like she doesn't know what to say. You're right, time has deserted me.
Sucks, man. Was there something else? About the contact mic, perhaps?
You know, Contact Mike doesn't just beat people up. He's a role model.
An entire litany spews forth.
On second thought, screw Contact Mike, he's not champion, you are. Look at you here in front of a saggy tent, picking your nose to drug addict music. The world of sports is in awe of your face and dedication. Sorry, I don't know why I said that, there was something else I wanted to know.
Yes?
Actually, I had some non-like questions for you.
Okay.
What are you doing out here in the cold?
Recording, I guess.
What is it you are recording exactly?
I think I'm recording cracks in the ice. But there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound.
What happened to the headphones?
My boyfriend sold them.
What for?
I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
A lie. They were probably pawned off for something suspicious.
And what are these recordings for? The cracks, the footsteps?
The musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain.
Okay.
Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway.
She rubs her shoulders and look around.
I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
She looks at the recording device, the thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. It's turning out to be an empty fantasy. She feels childish, very useless all of a sudden.
Take this, you're cold.
The lieutenant begins to take off his jacket.
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
It's okay.
The lieutenant backs up. He throws you a glance. Now, this is where the hat would come in handy.
Yeah, maybe you were right about the hat.
You said it's supposed to be a music place. Did you mean the one Andres got planned, the church?
Yeah, the boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid. It's really not gonna be a Palaceum, that's for sure.
The boys?
Yeah, Andre and the guys, inside the tent.
And why is that?
Why are you freezing out here while the boys are inside?
They got too much stuff crammed in there. No room.
Stuff like what?
Didn't you see it yourself? It's mostly music stuff. Like this tape recorder, but bigger.
You mean like those headphones your boyfriend sold?
Yep. They were pretty. I'm sorry we sold those.
Why not just leave some of it outside so you don't have to freeze?
That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Doesn't matter. I can take the cold.
That's so fucked up.
Go ahead.
Okay, other questions? More about the music place?
It's supposed to become, like, a club. For Nordic dance music. Like that new style of synthesizer stuff they play at the Palaceum. Except that... yeah.
She looks at the old wooden church shop on the pause as a mean wind comes bellowing in. The 6-story structure lets out a doleful shriek. What is anodic dance music?
You know, anodic, cathodic. Music that's made with electronic instruments.
Like what?
Synthesizers and tape consoles. Microcomputers too. Anything that uses electricity, but isn't guitars. Also found sounds, stuff like that.
You see clear, beautiful, violent flashes of light. Light cutting through a smoke-filled darkness. That is what the future will look like, if it ever comes. This is an evolutionary step up from amplified instruments, which in turn are a step up from acoustic instruments. What comes after it, you wonder? A black-tinted nothingness, or something finer?
Enough about the church then. I had another question.
Go ahead.
The tape recorder lies on the ice like a discarded toy. Picked up. Come on.
The device is cold to the touch. An angular Omicron logo adorns the yellow plastic cover. Underneath you see a reel of tape rolling. You put the device back on the ice.
That's it for now.
Okay, bye.
She turns her attention back to the recording device. Okay, I kinda want to get one into logic. Not yet actually. First I wanna see my closes. Do I get minus logic from anything? Oh yeah, that. And can I add more logic? Drama, previous physical instrument. There. Anything? Okay, seems like that's all I can add to it.
Fairweather B500. Remember that weakness you were looking for in the ceramic armor? Like, maybe it can only stop small, fast projectiles, but a large, slow-moving pry bar would shatter it? Or, if I run an electrical current through it, maybe it will melt. Or, personal favorite, frequency something something radio weapon? None of that would work. You need to shoot the part of the enemy that doesn't have Fairweather T500 on it, because the armor itself is invulnerable. Good news is, so are the armor pieces on you.
Ooh, that's good. Hand-eye coordination against enemies in FT500, interesting. Hey Kim, what do you want? Having looked away during the final phase of your little episode, the lieutenant now addresses you.
Do you want to talk about what just happened?
What's there to talk about?
Normally, I'm opposed to discussing one's feelings, especially on duty. But I think this is an exceptional case. So, what do you think happened?
'Tis possible thou couldst persuade the lieutenant 'twas all a part of thy unorthodox method. But can thou persuade thyself?
Convince yourself that you didn't melt down just now.
Believeth in thyself, my liege. 'Twas all a clever ruse.
Don't worry, Kim, it was all a ruse.
Yes, a clever ruse. I see.
You don't, but you will.
Even so, in the future, could you please refrain from emoting too much on duty? The quasi-legal status of the RCM means we need to project strength twice as consistently as any other police force in the world.
But Kim, that's where you're wrong. Weakness is strength.
Not when projecting strength. Then it's just weakness.
That sounds like typical macho bullshit to me.
That may be so, but such is Revachol, and this is what is expected of us in Revachol.
You get the feeling you're being handled with kid gloves, because your cheeks are still soaking wet.
Glad to hear it was minor. Can you go on?
Absolutely, superstars always get back up and try again. Then is near anyway, I might as well see this through. I can and I'm sorry, Kim, I promise this is the last time. Absolutely, superstars always get back up and try again.
Then, let's go.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna check if I can put everything together finally.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
Nothing jumps out to you. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Really? Because I could swear something's not ending up here.
How about you get out and breathe? The air in the tent is too thick for you to think clearly.
Fuck.
As always, we'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah!
Okay, I wanna add one to my logic. Let's save. Because if I would die, I would like to not lose my progress.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
I won't.
Nothing jumps out to you. You feel something in your chest.
I'm so glad I
spreading
saved.
to your left arm, your jaw.
I'm sure it's just a heartburn. Oh god.
No, it's many years of combined self-neglect and self-abuse.
But yeah, we know how it ends.
Final heart attack. A detect.
Anyway, that's all for this episode. Thanks for watching, and we'll continue from here next time. Bye.